Honda GB350S versus Triumph Speed 400. This is a small CC battle, and I have my colleague Anna with me. Say hi, Anna.
Hi.
She takes care of the visuals, so if you don't like the thumbnails that we have on YouTube, it's her fault. Otherwise, she's a huge fan of these machines, and we are testing them today. What do you think, guys? Which one will win? Say it, Anna.
I like them both.
I like
Can I
them
have
both
them
too. We can have them both, but we have to choose. Let's go.
Go.
I've watched some flowers.
Nice, thank
A
you.
bunch of them. They don't smell
don't
that good,
smell,
but
no.
they look good in photos. Everybody wants to take Insta photos or Facebook photos.
And I
with
think the
this one.
bikes look good with them.
Yeah, it's
A nice contrast.
a nice contrast, exactly. Let's talk about the technical part, the one that you don't like that much.
Who does?
I like it. I like
Oh,
to get my
guys
hands
do.
dirty. Yeah, guys do. And let's talk about the engines, because we have a 400cc water-cooled engine over here that produces 40 HP.
40 HP.
Triumph, yes. It's a good amount. I would say it's more than fitted for a 400cc engine. This amount of horsepower, it's more than enough. I wouldn't wish for more.
No.
Would you?
No, it's perfect.
Let's talk about the Honda, because the Honda, it's a 350 engine.
It's a bit
single
smaller.
cylinder also. It's a bit smaller and it produces half the power of that one, of the Triumph. So you have 40 for the Triumph and
It's really
21 HP for the Honda.
I didn't feel it like half. It's maybe 75%, but
It
not half.
compensates. It's air cooled. It looks nice. Both of them are nice finished engines. They don't vibe at all, but the main difference, because the Honda doesn't feel that much behind the Triumph, is that it has only 5 gears instead of 6. The Triumph comes with a 6-speed manual transmission. This one has a 5-speed. So you will finish very fast the first gear on the Triumph, but
Yeah, and you need to change quickly in traffic.
exactly, in traffic it's like 3 or 4, third
For
or
the
fourth
Honda,
gear
I didn't go higher than the second gear.
in traffic.
In traffic, yeah.
So this means that the Honda has a better ratio overall when you get to use it. But on the highway,
On the highway, I prefer the Triumph.
it goes a bit faster, or why?
It has a bit more power. We call
feels-
it zvuk.
Okay, you have the more Vic, and that's the important part, because you can easily reach 140 kilometers an hour with this one. Otherwise, with the Honda, it will get very fast to the 120 limit, and then it will grow, but slowly.
Slowly. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's face it, it's
How much
it's
did we
impressive.
get on the Honda on the highway? I
I
didn't
got
look.
like 135
Oh,
and 145 on the
it's
Triumph.
similar.
It's similar. It's not a huge difference between them. I would have expected the Triumph to be a lot faster, but on the twisties, on the fast twisties, when you rev it up, you get the amount that you need with both bikes. You don't feel the less HP on the Honda.
No.
It's not a huge difference. Also, the response, the throttle response on the Triumph, it's quite interesting, because you have this throttle by wire over here, which it's a nice thing to have compared to the cable action throttle.
No,
on
I
the
didn't know
Honda.
that. I didn't.
Yeah, there
check
are
these
different
specs.
different things, different approaches. Also, clutch, very lightweight to pull on both
Very
bikes.
light. And even
Yeah.
for a girl, it's important.
Yeah,
Because on my old bike, in the winter, I used to get really tired with the clutch.
yeah, I can
But
imagine.
this one is really soft.
Yeah. What about the ergonomy when you sit on them? When you go for a longer ride, like today, us 100 kilometers and more.
I actually felt more comfortable on the Honda.
This one, it's more comfortable than the Triumph.
For me.
I felt it also. I have to admit that it feels super comfy, and it's like a bike that you know. It's super friendly. The position, it's more relaxed. The one on the Triumph, on the other hand, feels a bit more aggressive, a bit more in I don't know. It gets you on a sportier
It
feeling.
is a sportier feeling.
Exactly. That was for me also.
And she's not that sporty, so
Yeah,
I
but you
feel
don't,
like you shouldn't have such a sporty position. Should
yeah,
be a
but it
bit more
doesn't
comfortable.
feel bad. It's not a big
It's not
difference.
bad, no.
It's not a big difference.
It's
It's
just
not
different.
a huge difference in comfort, but yeah, the Honda feels a bit more relaxed. The upright position is a bit more relaxed on the Honda than on the Triumph. How do you feel them when going on twisties? Which one is easier to steer?
I felt like the Triumph was easier to steer. A bit more.
A small difference or a big difference?
A small difference.
Okay, might be because of the front wheel, because you have a 19-inch wheel for the Honda and a 17-inch for the Triumph, which might,
Or it could be the throttle.
it could be the throttle, the way it feels. The sportier position might be.
Yeah.
Also, the suspension is super different. Regarding of suspension and stuff like that, they made a terrific job with both bikes. They had lots of details that are looking super nice. Even on the Honda, you have this peg over here, so the passenger won't put his feet on the exhaust. So it's a lot of attention to details. I like that about these bikes. Although they are entry-level bikes with minimum requirements, they look and they feel very, very good.
Who do you recommend this for?
I wouldn't recommend it to somebody like, I don't know, like a category of rider. I would say this bike has to be the bike that you start with, or the second bike if you have a large bike. Because it's so fun to have all of both of them are very nice. I would even take one of these two and put it in my living room because they look amazing.
They look amazing.
And I would stare at it, sipping a coffee in the morning, stare up these two bikes, and then hump on the larger displacement bike.
Or if you have a small commute in the city, you can
That's
commute to
perfect
this
for
one. But if you go on the longer road, you can get a bigger bike.
So if you're a shorter rider also, it's very easy to ride both of them. You are like how many meters?
I'm 5'1".
Oh, you're 5'1", and in meters, how much is this?
163.
163, and you got along with both of them. On your toes, on your tippy toes.
Tippy toes, yeah. It was a bit difficult to get off the bike.
I can imagine. Let's talk about the suspension system. We got over bumps. I had the impression that the Triumph is a bit sportier than the Honda. Over bumps.
I think the Triumph was smoother.
It's
on the
smoother than the
bumps.
Honda? Yeah.
Maybe I got bigger bumps with the Honda than I did with the Triumph because we rode on different parts of the highway.
So it might be a bit smoother on the Triumph than the Honda. So you felt it like it's a bit plusher on the Triumph.
Yeah.
On the Honda, on the other hand, it feels. For me, it was a combo of everything. It was also relaxed, but I didn't felt a huge difference between them. They are tuned quite similar.
They're similar.
Yeah, they are similar. Brakes, a bit more aggressive on the Triumph.
Could be.
Could be a bit more, although they are vibrant and Nissan
They're
over here.
similar in bikes, actually,
Yeah.
in the brakes.
In regards of brakes, when you squeeze it very hard, this one on the Triumph,
Yeah, but I didn't.
initial bite, it's a bit crispier. You have a bit more power.
The
stopping
Triumph
power.
has a better engine brake
Yeah, I think so. Yes,
because of the 6 gears.
might be. So you will get lots of stopping power from the engine first of all, and then you just compensate with the brakes because you don't roll like.
I barely
200
use
kilometers
the
an
brakes
hour.
on the Triumph.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
use the brakes on the Honda because the gears are really long and it didn't engine brake
As
great.
fast and as aggressive as a Triumph.
You don't
Yeah.
feel the pull.
It's
when
an
you-
interesting perspective. Overall, I think yeah, we can do some more kilometers on them and then find out, come out with a conclusion which one we should buy. Huh? What do you say?
I say get both.
Okay.
They're really cheap too.
Okay.
I think it's nice that it has ABS and the traction control. I can feel it at lower speeds.
Also full LED light. Riding the Honda, it's like meeting with an old friend. You feel acquainted and you feel the friendliness of this chassis and engine. It reacts very fast, it's super nimble and super comfortable. I like it. It's a bike that gives you a special feeling.
So,
So it's always coming to a so. When you hear the so, you have the last things that you need to say, and then you get the conclusion. So we have the electronic package for both of them, ABS and traction control. We have
really, both of them.
both of them.
Nice. I didn't know.
Europe, you cannot sell them without these features. Full LED lights over there, and this it's a nice dash that you can see the gear which you are in and the fuel.
It's really clear, the dashboard.
I like it, and it has useful information, enough information. You even get these.
It's minimal, but you get everything that you need to know.
Check that out. Triumph has a USB plug in the front area here on the right side. So
Oh, really? Nice.
your I don't know
My phone. Why not? I
the price tag here in Romania. You find the Triumph for 5,650,
Yeah,
and you have the hard enough for
5,450.
so it's a small difference, 200 euros. What do you choose?
I can't choose. Can I get them both?
Let's put it like this. If you have the money, you can buy as many bikes as you want. But for this too, if you're a youngster that searches the speed and the ability to ride at its best,
Instant power. It has more instant power.
exactly, for Triumph, even the brakes are sharper and everything is sharper. But yeah, for the Honda, it's a bike that makes you feel like you own a old school bike.
It's lazier, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, it feels more, I think it's a bit more softer.
Yeah, softer. That's the word. Everything is soft.
Everything is soft, but it's not mellow.
It's not mellow.
It's soft and
It's linear.
exactly. So the advantage of this bike is that you get a retro machine that makes you feel like you own a retro machine. Otherwise, the Triumph it feels like a sportier bike. So
It's a neo sport retro something something.
exactly. So which one do we like the most? Both.
Both of them.
Yeah, it's a bad conclusion.
It's about the feeling, what you need from your bike. If you need a bit more power or that feeling with the wind comes in your hair and
Yeah, and
you're free.
then everything you get the Honda. Otherwise, they both look very.
I think both turn the same amount of heads on the street.
So there you have it. You should test them before buying them, and afterwards you can come up with your own conclusion. But overall, we can say that these two bikes are amazing, in each in a different way. And yeah, that's the conclusion. Youngster, normal guy that wants to ride from A to B.
Maybe go to work in the city.
A bit faster, a bit more comfortable. Comfortable. Leave us your opinion in the comment section. This is what we came up with. See you guys.
Bye.